If you're Aquarian, born January 20th to February 18th, let's tune in and find out what's in store for you for February 2018. So what's coming up right away is that you're going to have to find that you need to be more organized than usual. Time may be getting away from you. Things feel a little bit out of control, or that you can't get a handle on them. They're just kind of like flying around you. So you're going to want to find another method to become more organized, more disciplined, so that you can get more done. There's just a feeling sense of not having enough time and buried in paperwork, or feeling like, you know, I need to get out of here. So the good news is that there is an escape hatch. You can escape, and you can get away, and you can have a good time, and you can go have fun, and you can forget about everything, which in turn creates this, I'm not remembering to do all these things. So it's kind of like, you know, your own worst enemy a little bit, of wanting to escape and then doing that. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to find your balance. But I think that if you make the effort, and you know that you need to really buckle down, or you make yourself lists and you go, okay, this really has to get done, you're going to be able to make those changes that you need for February. Let's look specifically at romantic relationships. First of all, for those of you that are in a committed coupled relationship, let's see what's in store for you. Oh, nice. Like right away, this big heartthrob, just really deep connections, romantic opportunities happen for you and your partner, an opportunity to get away if you want. Some of you may find yourself doing things you haven't done before, first-time experiences. It could even be a new love that you're experiencing, a renewed love with this person that you've been with before. So it's a deep spiritual connection, because it feels like it builds and it takes it to another level that you haven't had before, or that if you have, it's been, you know, like 20 years ago. And the reason I say 20 years ago, actually 19 years ago, there was a lunar eclipse, January 31st, 1999, that very much represents, it was very similar to the energy of the lunar eclipse we just had January 31st in Leo. So if you think back 19 years ago, what you were doing around that time, you may have a good clue of what February opens up for you, or what this eclipse that just happened has in store for you for the next 6 months. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's look at those of you that are interested in having romance, you Aquarians. What's in store for you? You're going to have to be patient with yourself. There's a little bit of overreaction that's happening for you, and it may be with yourself, that you're impatient with yourself and about what you need to be doing in this relationship, or trying to attract this person. It can also feel like you could also feel a little sensitive to maybe to people around you, that they're criticizing you, or that you're feeling like nobody's understanding you, and so your feelings could get hurt easily this month. But at the same time, there's also this huge opportunity for you to feel love and to give love and to be in love. You want to be careful, though, that it's just not for the sake of being in love, that there is actually a connection that you want to draw on, because it is there, but you've been so taught not to trust it, or that it's fleeting, or that it's not going to last. And that's not true. This month there is that connection that can last. You're just going to have to be able to define it a little bit more for yourself, and then to put in again those boundaries of what works for you, so that you're not the one who wanders off, right? Because I feel like there's a little bit of wandering that happens for you, and I feel like you want the relationship, you want to stay in the relationship, but you don't quite know how. So opening up the communication with the person that you meet is one way to do it. Or if it's somebody that you're trying to create more of a long-term relationship with, but it just hasn't quite happened, you're kind of like dancing around it, you're afraid, or you're nervous, or you're just not ready for it, you're still hanging out with all your pals, and you don't know if you want to give up your free time. This month you're going to find yourself letting go of some of those things that don't work anymore, and part of that is the eclipse that happened, because the eclipse will kick you in the butt and move you in the direction, whether you want to go or not, of the part of your life that needs to happen. And part of it feels like it has to do with time, the way you interact with time. And if you're not on time, or you're not punctual, or you're wasting time, or you're spending too much time in a certain area of your life, and you need to like not spend your time there, you need to spend it over here. So it's all in your relationship with time, Aquarians, that is being adjusted. So that's a good thing. And then we have actually the new moon, the solar eclipse in Aquarius in your sign on February 15th. The other one was in Leo. The lunar eclipse on the 31st was in Leo. The new moon, the solar eclipse in your sign is in Aquarius. So I correct myself. I think I said it wrong earlier. So the February 15th solar eclipse in Aquarius, also a new moon, is also there to help you then make those, follow through with those changes around time that you want to make for yourself. And whether that it's just paying closer to attention to it, or actually implementing how much time you're spending in certain areas of your life because you're out of balance or it's not working correctly, right? You're either taking too much time off and you're goofing around, or you're spending too much time at work and not spending enough time with yourself or for yourself, or maybe you're not taking good care of you or a loved one. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, with a general reading, it could be anything, right? So you know your own life, you'll be able to sort it out fast enough. Okay, let's look at the money. So money situations for you Aquarians. That's what's in store for you for February. This is good. I feel like your money's in a good place. I feel like you can get whatever you need. I feel like there's money coming in. There's money there for you for loans, for purchases, contracts. It feels like all that's waiting for you is like an order, an order from the universe that says, I want this, I want it now, this is how I want it to look, this is how I want my career to look. I feel like it's ready to be served, and then the money will come in. I feel like all you have to do is kind of step up to the plate and place the order, and the money comes. So this is on you. So it's really about you getting out of your own way, letting go of your insecurities, self-doubt, or fear. You know, and if you've been dragging your feet, some of you might get fired or let go, right? Or cut in hours because you're wasting time. You're not doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. You know you're supposed to be looking for another job. You know you're supposed to have quit. You know you're supposed to start your own business. And you haven't been. So if that's you, you know, I would get on it so that the universe doesn't deliver you some disappointing news in February. So now, this isn't for everybody, right? So it's just if you're somebody who knows you're not supposed to be at that job anymore, start looking for a new job, right? Or get your business plan together, or create it in a way that you know what's next. Because these eclipses are designed to just do that, to move you along, to forward you in your life. So you have two of them this month, right? In the series, Leo Aquarius. And so you just want to be aware that it's moving you along quite quickly. Okay, so let's look at health. Anything about your Aquarian's health for you this month? I feel like your health is good. I do feel like your central nervous system might be a little shot. That could either be from the worry or the stress. You know, eclipses, you know, this has been happening for a while. So some of you have, you know, been jolted in your life. You've had to deal with situations. Some of you may have had, you know, career changes or deaths in the family or divorce or good news like, you know, new marriage and new pregnancy or new baby or, you know, new career, right? So there's even positive things can bring stress to us. So there's this new energy that you're being asked to embrace, and that you're being asked to kind of help yourself take better care of yourself, because I feel like your adrenals may be a little bit shot, or your central nervous system. And that could be also if you're abusing any sort of prescription drugs, you know, in trying to help yourself sleep, or trying to help yourself get up, or trying to help yourself think, you know, like Adderall addiction, right? Like a lot of people have Adderall addictions, and the central nervous system, and you can just get fried, right? The adrenals. So you want to be careful of what you're doing. And this month, there's resolution. There's results, there's support to help you get what you need, so that central nervous system can calm down, your body can be more relaxed, you can become more grounded. So it's not an isolated incident here, that whatever this has been going on for a while with you, that has you feeling burned out and exhausted and tired. And like I said, whatever's keeping you up at night, or that's keeping you grabbing that same addictive thing, there's a chance for resolution this month and healing for it, okay? And a lot of that feels like it's going to be conversation, just talking to the right people, or maybe it's something that you've been, you know, keeping hidden, and it's going to come out. Maybe you're in a new relationship and you're dating somebody and you've been afraid to share it with your family, right? Maybe there's something about that relationship that has you feel a little anxious or afraid. Maybe it's somebody that is older than you, or somebody that's much younger than you, or of a different ethnicity or a different background. A different education. There's a lot of reasons that we're afraid of sharing information with other people. We're afraid of being judged, or we're judging somebody else. So that information, you're going to be able to see that this month. And remember, this year, secrets are getting out. So if you have something you're hiding, it's always better to kind of like, you be the one to say it instead of somebody else finding out about it, because eclipses tend to push you out there and push information out there. So just be aware of that as well. Okay, so let's see if there's anything unexpected for you Aquarians for the month of February. Well, you're going to have a great time. So I just feel like you're going to have a great time this month. It really feels like it's fun. Some of you are having birthdays, and some of you just had birthdays. So happy birthday to all of you. And I feel like this is a really fun month. I feel like there's a lot of energy out there for creativity and celebration. Some of you will be traveling, a lot of first class stuff happening. So there's a lot of also surprises coming your way for your birthday. So just a lot of fun this month, enjoyment and really good times. And like I said, I just feel you running really hard, so some of you may crash. So we don't really want you to crash. We just want you to lift your foot up off the gas pedal a little bit, just so that you don't crash. All right, so you guys are going to have an amazing month. Of course, you already knew that, right? So have a wonderful month, and if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you here next month. Have a great month and enjoy those birthdays, you Aquarians.